Your 50-hour work week is not why you are overweight. Your fat loss plan was simply built for someone who doesn't have your life. And that is good news because you don't need to quit your job, train 6 days a week, or meal prep every single Sunday for 4 hours straight just to see results. You simply need a system that actually works when your life gets busy and not one that falls apart the second work gets stressful. Now, before we get into today's topic, my name is Conan. I'm an ACE certified personal trainer and online fat loss coach. I've competed in 3 bodybuilding shows, I've ran 6 marathons, and I've raced 3 high rocks races, all whilst helping hundreds of busy career driven men drop 30 all the way up to 50 pounds without sacrificing their favorite foods or spending hours in the gym or spending hours on that stupid treadmill. And in today's video, I'm going to give you the exact 3-7 system that I would use to lose fat while working 50 hours a week. So essentially what this means is that you're going to have 3 protein anchors, 2 to 3 strength training workouts, and then a 7,000 step floor. Step floor, yes. And then I'll show you how to use caffeine, hydration, and exercise snacks without getting distracted by supplements and shortcuts that you may see on social media. So let's get into it. Starting with point number 1, build 3 protein anchors. The first myth is that you need to cook every single meal that you eat from scratch in order to lose body fat. You do not need to be doing that. You just need easy and predictable meals that you can whip up that stop you from making terrible food decisions when you are tired or when you are exhausted. And here is what I see all the time amongst a lot of busy men. A busy man will skip breakfast. He works through lunch and then runs on coffee and caffeine all day. And then guess what? He gets back home after a long day at work. He's mentally drained. Physically, he's a bit tired from just sitting all day, and then eats anything that isn't nailed down. Basically eating everything in sight because you starved yourself all throughout the day. And then in the evening, when your willpower, your discipline is at an all-time low, you just overeat whatever is most convenient. And that tends to be not the healthiest food. It could be leftovers, it could be takeouts, it could be ordering food, it could be whatever. But it tends not to be the healthiest of foods. And then after that has happened to you, you will tell yourself that, oh, I just lack discipline. But that isn't necessarily the real problem, because the real problem here is that you simply had no plan. You were kind of winging it, because fat loss requires a consistent calorie deficit and eating enough protein earlier on in the day, right? So when you skip breakfast, eating protein during that time can help you control your hunger all throughout the day and, more importantly, help you preserve lean muscle mass while you're trying to lose weight. So what I want you to do here is build 3 protein anchors into your day. So ideally, spread out your protein evenly across the day. So protein for breakfast, protein for lunch, protein for dinner. It is that simple. And this could look like, for breakfast, a Greek yogurt bowl, low fat with some frozen berries, and a scoop of protein powder. You could easily get 50 to 80 grams of protein just like that for breakfast. And it is the easiest breakfast that you could whip up in under a minute. Grab a tub of non-fat Greek yogurt, mix in a scoop of your favorite tasting protein powder. I always go for them. My protein stuff, you guys can use code Cohnan to save 40% off your entire order. They got a bunch of different varieties with a bunch of different flavors. So whatever you fancy, whether you're a chocolatey person or a caramel person or a peanut butter version or a vanilla person, whatever your heart desires, put in that scoop of protein flavor into your Greek yogurt. This will add more protein and add more sweetness. And then to top things off, frozen berries. Make sure you thaw them out a bit so they get nice and like juicy a bit. Put it all on top, and it's dessert. It literally tastes like dessert, but it is healthy. It is good for you. It is low in fat, moderate in carb, very high in protein, and very satiating. This little thing right here will keep you full for hours and prevent you from snacking in between meals and having that crash at 10 a.m. And then for lunch, you're going to bring a meal prep container with lean chicken breast, rice, and veggies. And then for dinner, you're going to have a lean meat. Could be some flank steak with some russet potatoes that you boil, and a salad with your family at night. And if you don't have time to cook for lunch or for dinner, use a rotisserie chicken, use some microwavable rice or some cauliflower rice, use frozen veggies or any type of pre-cooked meat. Or better yet, pay for a meal prep delivery service because you are already paying for Uber Eats or DoorDash at night. So you might as well use those funds towards a healthier meal. If you're already into the habit of ordering food, you might as well order healthy food. So go to iconmeals.com, order some meals in bulk. So you could order proteins in bulk, or you can order just individual meals. They deliver it straight to your door, and it requires no prep, no cooking, and you just gotta microwave it and then eat it. Because here's the thing, you don't get a trophy or a medal for cooking everything yourself while staying 40 pounds overweight. Convenience is not cheating. Convenience can be part of your fat loss system. And then after that, I want you to create an emergency snack kit for work and for when you're in your car, maybe for when you're stuck in traffic, right? So in these places, work, desk, and car, maybe have some protein powder or a shaker cup, protein bars, protein cookies, some beef jerky, tuna packets, maybe fruits, ideally like apples or oranges or bananas that don't really go bad. And if you happen to somehow have a fridge in your office, put some Greek yogurt containers into there. Now, what you've done is you've added a lot more convenience into your routine. And then also the vending machine at work is never your only option anymore. Now, personally, when I'm traveling or I'm working long hours, I don't wait until I'm starving to decide what I'm eating. I have default meals, and that is the lesson that I want you to take from this. Stop relying on discipline when you can build predictability into your routine. Now, the second point is train 2 to 3 times and then move all day long. The second myth is that 2 to 3 workouts per week isn't enough. Oh, I'm not going to see results if I only train 2 days per week. That belief has kept more busy men stuck and out of shape than almost anything else, because they'll literally think to themselves, if I cannot train 6 days a week, then what's the point? If I cannot do that, then I might as well not even train to begin with. Same thing with your diet. You tell yourself, oh, if I cannot eat healthy all day long, I might as well not even eat healthy. But that is not, like, that's literally stopping you, because we have clients inside of our online coaching program who are far from perfect. I am far from perfect. The people who are in shape are far from perfect, but they do not let perfectionism or this perfectionist mindset stop them from, at the very least, trying to eat a healthy meal, trying to work out a couple times a week, trying to get enough sleep in. Despite not being optimal or perfect, they still do something. And doing something is always better than nothing. The point is that 3 workouts beats 0 workouts every single time. Even the research suggests that when total training volume is similar, adding more training days does not automatically create more muscle or strength. So you can literally have the most efficient, productive workout in just 2 workouts a week, and that is all that you need. Because you can do a lot of like work with a good amount of volume with just 2 workouts, as opposed to trying to do it in 6 workouts. That is the lesson right there. So don't think you need to be training 6 days a week. If your schedule only allows for 2 workouts a week, awesome. Work within those constraints, because you can still get a bunch of volume into those sessions and still see phenomenal results. And training each muscle at least 2 times per week can work extremely well. So you can literally just do 2 full body workouts Monday and Thursday, and that is all that you need. That is sufficient. And your workouts can also last anywhere from about 30 to 40 minutes, even at home. You don't even have to go to the gym. You can do them all at home. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to pick 5 movements. So the first movement is a squat pattern. Could be bodyweight squat if you have access to equipment or machines, barbell squat, front squat, back squat, hack squat, V squat, whatever squat you desire. And then a hip hinge, a Romanian deadlift, stiff-legged deadlift, trap bar deadlift, any type of deadlift. A pushing movement, a pulling movement, and then a core exercise. So as an example, this could be a goblet squat, a Romanian deadlift, a push-up variation, a one arm row, and then some planks. Perform 2 to 3 hard sets of each exercise, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Done. That is it. No commute, no waiting for equipment, no 2 hour long workouts. But here's the thing. Your workout that you just did is only part of the equation. You also need to stop sitting for 10 hours straight. Now, despite working a sedentary desk job, you can still add movement into your routine without making any crazy sacrifices. And this is exactly where exercise snacks come in handy. An exercise snack is 1 to 5 minutes of movement performed all throughout the day. So between your meetings, between your work, between whatever, do maybe 20 bodyweight squats, 10 push-ups, 1 minute of stair climbing if your office has stairs, or a lap around the building, or just a quick brisk 10-minute walk pacing around the office. That's like an example of exercise snacks. And they've been shown to be very, very beneficial, especially if you're not used to doing these. And they can add up very fast because a 5-minute walk acutely in that instant may not seem like a whole lot, but added up throughout the day, especially if you set an alarm on your phone to like just get up every hour or so to stretch out your legs, go on a quick walk, that can add up. Imagine doing that 5 to 10 times a day during work. You're not making any crazy sacrifices. You're just getting up and moving. That could add an easy couple thousand steps into your daily routine without adding any unnecessary amount of cardio into your routine. And those extra 1,000 steps can add up and burn hundreds of calories all throughout the day. That is powerful. That is magical. Now, let's finish the 3-2-7 system. Set a step floor of 7,000 steps per day. Not 20,000, not 30,000. Just start with 7,000 daily. You can always work up from there, but bare minimum 7,000. Not some unrealistic number that you hit twice and then you quit. 7,000. Because large-scale research has associated 7,000 steps specifically with substantial health benefits compared with very low step counts. And benefits appear well below the 10,000. A lot of people think that they need to get 10,000 steps or else like they won't see results. Like most of the benefits you get from just walking actually start at 7,000 and not at 10,000. And especially if you come from a sedentary background of maybe getting 2 or 3,000, if you can work your way up to 7,000, you're just going to notice some drastic health benefits. So once again, going back to what I said earlier with those exercise snacks, get up maybe 10 minutes before work and walk around. 10 minutes after lunch, go on a walk. 10 minutes after dinner, go on a walk. After every meal that you eat, just go on a quick little walk. Try to walk during phone calls, during meetings, park further away, take the stairs, or walk with your wife and kids after dinner. Now you are literally improving your fitness and being present with your family at the same time. So this is what we like to call habit stacking, where you're stacking one habit on top of another, right? You're getting into the habit of hopefully spending more time with your friends or with your family or whatever, while also getting in your steps. So this is a very easy thing that you can do with steps. You can multitask. You can get in your steps while watching TV if you have a walking pad. You can get in your steps while talking to someone on the phone. You can get in your steps while listening to an audiobook or to a podcast. You can combine steps with something else so you can make the activity of getting more steps in a lot more productive. Now, one of my clients, Craig, he was balancing a demanding career and school. He was literally working full-time and he was going to school. Now, his schedule did not magically slow down when he joined our program. We just simplified his routine. So he stopped chasing perfect weeks and we simply created structure that he could repeat every single day. And as a result, he lost 15 pounds. And that is the lesson. Your schedule does not have to change before your body changes. Your system, your daily habits and routine needs to change. So to wrap up this video, here is your entire system. If you're working 50 hours a week, that is a sedentary desk job. I want you to have 3 protein anchors every single day, breakfast, lunch, dinner, half protein. I want you to do 2 to 3 full body workouts every single week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. and then a floor of 7,000 daily steps. Add short exercise snacks throughout the workday. Keep emergency protein nearby. Keep water on your desk so you stay nice and hydrated. And then also protect your bedtime. That is it. Simple does not mean easy, but simple means executable. And executable beats optimal every single time. Now, if you are a busy man working 50 hours a week, carrying an extra 20, 30, 40, 50 pounds of unwanted body fat, and you are tired of constantly starting over, what you can do right now is join the Barbarian Squad, which is going to be linked down below. It is our fat loss group where you'll have access to all of our courses, all of our ebooks, all of our guides, everything that you would possibly need to start losing that body fat without sacrificing your favorite foods or spending hours inside of the gym. The link will be linked down below, and I'll see y'all inside. Peace.